Hi, CheryLynn here from Rancho del Lago 2021. Now, I have gone through some changes since you last saw me. I think the last videos I posted were maybe in July, and today is December the 1st, 2025. Can you believe how fast this year has gone? Um, I am a homesteader. I moved from Florida to Mexico, and I intended to just come here and paint and write, but my son followed me, my oldest son, 2 years later. We built a home on 1/3 of an acre, and it evolved into a farm, a literal farm. We have about 110 animals right now. We have goats and rabbits and turkeys. We have geese and ducks and chickens and dogs and cats. And plus the footprint of the home that we built, we have the yard sectioned off into chain link areas for each of the different species. And I also have like 4 raised gardens, and I'm turning the patio into a raised garden area as well. We're just cooking with gas here. So what I want to do is to refocus my channel. When you last saw me, I was really concerned with, obsessed with the politics of the US. I'm so disenchanted with everything, and I was fearful for people who felt like me. So I was giving hope and instruction to anyone who wanted to listen on leaving the country and establishing yourself somewhere else, warning you of things that I had read about that you might not have seen. And you know what? I went months and months like that. I was even showing people homes. I have real estate friends here. So I was showing people homes that they could buy where I am, and how much they cost and what they look like inside. But after all that, I really found a minimal amount of interest. So I thought, what am I knocking myself out for? I have a life here. I chose this. I moved here in 2018. I moved here to establish a new life for myself, really just to paint and write, but my older son followed me 2 years later, and in doing that, we then bought a piece of property, built a home, and established what is now a farm. So it's crazy how things evolve that you don't really plan. But I'm just so happy here. It's wonderful. And instead of focusing on all of that negative that really doesn't affect me anymore, other than my Social Security, it doesn't affect me at all. I still have family there, but it affects them, not me, because we all make our own choices. So I thought, well, it's time for me to step back, to regroup, and to share what I have, to share with you about the animals, to share with you about the gardening, to share with you about the things that I cook and bake, and to share with you, about the things that I'm doing to become self-sustaining. We put in not just solar. I did that when we first built the house, but I also, in these last few months, put in the battery backup system. So we are basically off grid as far as electricity goes now. The only thing that connects me to grid is water, and that's only because the cost of drilling a well here is very prohibitive. So it might come one day, but not any day soon. So sharing with you on all of those different topics, probably a different topic in each video. The little highlights, like we just in the last 4 days had 3 baby goats born, and just the joys of planting things and watching them grow and harvesting and what to do with the harvest and the animals. And yes, we do raise animals for meat. But in our life here, because we share our bounty through some of the local markets with other expats, if you want to call us expats, or immigrants to Mexico that have come from Canada and the US and European countries. So life here really is excellent. I'm sitting here December the 1st with a blue sky. Today it's pretty cloudy, but white puffy clouds. And a beautiful breeze off the lake. Temperatures probably around 75 to 78 degrees. Our night times get down into the middle 50s. It's grand. It's wonderful. It's glorious. I couldn't ask for anything better because I am a warm weather person. So we don't have the seasons of the fall where the leaves change colors, the winter where it snows or gets frigidly cold, and then spring where everything just starts growing again, and then summer where it's hot, but you know, things are still growing. No, for us, it's basically a combination of spring and summer pretty much all year long. And we can note the changes in seasons by which trees and flowers are blooming, because some bloom early in spring months and some bloom later in summer and some literally bloom in winter. So yes, I love my choices that I've made. I love being here. And the new channel, CheryLynn-Art at Rancho del Lago, will be where you find me, although you can still find me through the other route. And we're just going to go on from here. Today, I'm going to quit talking, and we are going to look at some of the trees. I now have, I think, like 22 different, or 22 trees, not different. Some are multiples of a same kind. But I'm growing quite an orchard here, and it's pretty exciting because this is my going into my 5th year. In January, we'll be in the house 5 years. And my first 3 to 4 years were so experimental as far as growing things, both animals and gardens. So experimental. And it's finally catching on. The things that I'm growing are starting to produce. I'm harvesting. I'm learning what to do with the harvest. It's pretty exciting. So let me quit talking now and let's roll into looking at some of those new trees. This is my younger little moringa. I'm going to back up here as long as I don't trip myself. And this one right here that is probably about, I'd say 14 feet tall, is a moringa. This is only its 2nd year. Moringas grow very, very fast. Moringa is a superfood. It is not a fruit producer. It is a pod producer. And the pods are also edible. The bark is edible. The leaves are edible. And if you read up on moringa, you'll find out that if you had no other food source, moringa would provide you with everything you need, including protein and fats. I mean, everything that you need to be a healthy person. Okay, so I have a couple of moringas. This one is in the ground. The little one is still in a pot, and I haven't decided where to put it yet. This is the garden area of my yard, and I'm going to turn this way slowly. And I've got a little turkey yard over here. You see my big fat boy. I have another turkey on the other side of the house with the chickens. Also a boy. They do fight if you put them together. And in here I have a couple, 3 juveniles and a hen that's sitting in there on some eggs. But my concentration right now is on the trees. Oh, I passed up the stick. The stick here is its 1st year. It's only been in here for a few months. This is a persimmon. I have scratched, and I do see that it's dormant. It's alive, so I keep babying it and doing what I need to do with it. And it will produce leaves, and later on in the year of 2026, it will give me some persimmons. It had 4 when I bought it. And they did ripen and mature, and I was able to taste them. And I'm looking forward to that tree really getting big. Now, I made a boo-boo when I was moving trees around. And this one and the next one you're going to see, one is a pink grapefruit and one is a Valencia orange. I think this one is the Valencia. Look at all those beautiful blooms. And if you've ever smelled citrus in bloom, you know what I'm saying when I say that this is absolutely delicious smelling. Okay, so we're going to have a good bunch of fruit on that one this year. This is one of my raised beds, but I'm going to move it. So it's full of weeds right now. A couple times a week we have yard helpers and house helpers come over because the going rate is only about $5 an hour and they work hard. So we'll have that all cleaned out and I'll reuse the bricks over there on the patio when I am getting that underway. And this is the other one. So I think this is the pink grapefruit, and it is getting quite loaded with little buds here too, where it's going to have blossoms, and we should have some nice grapefruit this year as well. There's my stand of bananas. I've got 2 small banana bunches growing right now. I was clearing out all of the banana leaves as I chop them down because they really only need 3 leaves per stalk to, maintain a good health. And so I chop down, when they start growing a 4th and a 5th, I chop down the older leaves. And I was just taking them out to feed the goats because the goats absolutely love them. And it's very good for them. But then I was doing some studying on it and realizing that I was depriving my bananas of nutrition. So when you have bananas and you do the trimming, you should do a chop and drop. That's why you see all these decaying leaves at the bottom. That's one of the best fertilizers you can give your bananas, is the decaying banana leaves. So since I started doing that, we have birthed 2 little bunches of bananas, and I hope to see more as they get a little bit stronger and full of nutrition. This is a Meyer lime, and it's got 1 lime growing that was a real early one, but it's got a lot of blossoms on it, and it keeps getting more. So again, we should see some nice, I'm sorry, did I say Meyer lime? Meyer lemon. We should see some nice lemons on this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, when we not first got here, but shortly thereafter, somebody I knew was getting rid of some cactus. And so, let me get up over this little hill here. So we got some yucca. I don't know what this cactus is called, but we got it too. It blooms a beautiful big white flower. And there's 1 blue agave over there. Now, I was going to, in that far back corner, where I have a whole bunch of rocks on the ground, but they've become overgrown with weeds, I was going to put in a rock garden with the cactus. But it got out of control, and I got very obsessed with my fruit trees. So I have just posted in our local groups to come and dig these up, and you can have them for free. Now, this particular yucca did this beautiful shoot, which I did not know before, but at the top of this is probably at least 30 little baby yuccas growing up there. So when that gets chopped down, every one of those little ones can become another yucca. Plus, another thing I didn't know, look at this. All over my yard, within 20 feet of where these grow, we have pups, cactus pups. Now, it's not just the yuccas that do it. All of them do it. That's how they grow their additional, look at these. That's how they ensure life continues. They send out little runners underground with these pups. So I probably have another 20 pups growing all over the place here too. So I will get this cleared out, and I'll have room for probably 1, 2, 3, at least 3 more fruit trees. And so I'm definitely going to go with that. Now, this is avocado. Avocados here lose all of their leaves. You know, I never paid much attention to them when I was in Florida, although they grow there all year long too. They lose all of their leaves, the old leaves, but then they grow all of these beautiful little, well, we're not focusing, there we go, little green buds. Of course, here in Mexico, avocado is a huge crop. I mean, everybody grows avocados and sells them, so they're cheap, but I wanted my own anyway. So I'm waiting to see, and I'm babying this, and I've read up on it, and know what to give it as far as fertilizer, and I'm hoping I don't lose it. But we're giving it a shot for an avocado here too. Now, this is not a fruit producing tree, but a friend of mine had it in her yard, and it's a royal poinciana. I can't remember. Anyway, that blooms with all the beautiful orange flowers, and it's trying to establish. I'm not sure if it's going to. Not sure if I'm going to keep it, or because it makes a big bunch of shade, but it's not producing anything, and I'm really into my farm producing for me. So this may or may not stay. Then we'll go along here, and I have this beautiful mango, which is a very happy tree. I'm growing in pots now because I tried in that experimental stage. I tried growing several of these in the ground, and they didn't do well. This used to be farmed, this land, and it was good for corn, but it was like depleted of nutrition. So my trees in the ground just didn't do well. This one is growing all kinds of new leaves after it lost most of its old leaves. And I'm so thrilled to see that it's doing well. And under its shade, I have 2 small potted figs. You see one is starting a fig right there. They produced, maybe a dozen for me last year. And they look bigger and healthier this year and each year as they grow. So these are just 2-year plants also. And this is my 2nd year, I think. Or was it early last spring? So it's almost a year that the mango here has been with me. I hear you over there making noise. And this is a mandarina tangerine. You see, it's got a lot of blossoms on it as well. So, and more are popping out. So we should have quite a few tangerines on the tree this year too. And all kinds of new little baby leaves growing. It's making me happy. So that's what's in the garden section. And now I'm going to move over to the backyard section, which is mostly for the dogs, but we grow trees there too. Okay, the first 4 you're going to see are new. They've only been here for a few months, and these are kaffir limes. And you see there's a bunch of little buds, but there's also limes growing. Yes, they're unique in that they look like little old people. All of the little wrinkles on the limes, the little wrinkles and bumps. But what I learned about the kaffir is that the fruit is not especially juicy. What I am going to try to do with the fruit is slice them and candy them and see how that works out. But the special thing about the kaffir is that, here's number 2, is that the leaves are highly prized and used in Thai cooking or any kind of cooking that you want to add a wonderful citrusy flavor to. And these leaves are kind of unique. Here's one right here. Look at this. You see this? It's like a double leaf. They have two distinct parts. It's how it's easy to tell the kaffir. And you take those leaves and lengthwise, after you wash them, you cut them into very, very thin little ribbons. And you can mix them in salads, you can mix them in stews, you can mix them in any kind of dish that you're cooking. Anything that you want just the slightest little tinge to a stronger citrusy flavor. And of course, as I said, Thai cooking especially. And these leaves, I sell them, just the leaves. Look at all the fruits on this one. I sell the leaves for 250 pesos, which is kind of like about $13 per ounce. And people buy them. Yes, they do. So that's why I got 4 of these, and I have another one around the other side of the house that's more established, has been here for a few years. Okay. Now this one I just got within the last couple of weeks, and this is a pink guava, Guayaba rosa. And of course, because it's brand new to me, I don't have any blossoms yet, I don't have any fruit yet, but guayaba does really, really well here. I'll show you my white guava in just a moment. We're heading that way. And so I'm looking forward to getting some nice pink ones from this tree. And this, with these beautiful little fruits, see that little oval? It's getting puckery. That one must be about ripe. This is kumquat. A kumquat, when it's real nice and orangey, you can pull right off the tree and munch the whole thing, skin and all. This particular one, with the oval fruit, is sweet on the inside and sweet skinned. So you can just pluck it right off the tree and eat it, and it's quite yummy. Make jams and jellies out of them. I love to make sauces and put them over meats. I did that with my guava. So I'm really looking forward to big things out of this little kumquat tree. And now we head over here to, this is about the 3rd year for this guava. This is a white guava, which actually is kind of a yellowish color inside, but very different than the pink. Now, I have harvested at least 4 times off this tree. And you see these beautiful fruits? Just to give you a size, that's easily as big as the whole palm of my hand. I see them in the stores, and they look like little ping pong balls. Mine are big and sweet and juicy, and I have made several kinds of things out of them. And I've probably, oh goodness, I'd say I probably have harvested at least 50 to 70 fruits off of this so far this year. And it's got a lot more to go that are ripening and growing. And I couldn't be more pleased with this guava. This is a guanabana, or a soursop. The soursop tree, you can hear we've moved over by the ducks. The soursop tree produces a fruit that's kind of thorny looking on the outside, and the inside is a white, sweet flesh. It's got a bunch of seeds, but you strain those seeds out if you're making a drink. You can eat them like you eat a watermelon and spit the seeds out, but quite a tasty fruit. And this has only been here for a few months. This is an apple tree. I have to trim the suckers off the bottom, but the apple tree is doing pretty well too. I haven't seen any blooms yet, but it's holding its own, and I'm quite happy. And this over here, another stick, has surprised me, pleased me. I did scratch it and found out that it went dormant. But look, it's got a little leaf growing. Because I haven't grown peaches or apples ever. It had a little blossom here. Had another one over here. It's got blossoms up here now. And remember, it's only been here a very, very short time. And as I said, I did scratch it and found green. So I know it's still alive. And I will see how it does this year too. This is on the east side of the house. So it will get the morning sun. And then it will start to get shade in the late afternoon. So that it's not like overheated. Because we get about, gosh, in the spring and summer time, we get about 14, 15 hours of sun a day. Okay, so those are my fruit producing trees on the south and east side of the house. And now we're on the north side of the house. This is a key lime. We have limes growing in all stages, from little ones about the size of your thumbnail to almost fully grown ones, which are, oh gosh, maybe half the size of your fist, because key lime stays small. And it's even got blossoms on the top. That's one thing about growing here. It's like year-round. So I'm very happy with the production of that. In fact, if not today, then probably tomorrow, I'm going to make a key lime pie. Because I bought some graham crackers for the crust yesterday. One of our dogs, one of my dogs, Nana. Nana, yes, a Great Pyrenees. She loves to spend her time out here on the driveway watching the goats. Okay, and this last tree was the very first of the kaffir limes. I got this one from a friend and did not realize its value. I thought I was going to lose it at first, but it has come back with a flourish. It's going to need some shaping this year, I believe. But it has been growing a lot of limes. I didn't really use them this year. And I have to... Citrus is one of the very few things I don't use much for the critters, because it's not that good for them. Now, if you have bigger livestock like horses and cows, they love the citrus. It's good. But for my little ones, no, not so much. So anyway, that concludes my producing trees on the farm this year. And on our next video, we'll cover another one of the topics. And maybe goats, since we just had some new ones. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour of the fruit trees. And please come back, because I'm going to be doing our videos a little bit more regularly now, at least once a week, maybe twice, if I can fit it into all the other things that I'm doing. And I really look forward to showing you all of these different aspects of homesteading in Mexico. So please subscribe, and then you won't miss anything. Put a like if you've liked the video content, and come back, watch, and share with your friends. Thanks very much. Have a great day.